I am back after a 2-week hiatus from doing segment recording. I am now back once again to officially try and see if I can manage to somehow complete this game. So, where we left off, we were 76% complete with the game, and we had done 170 races up to that point in the game. And previously, we did the Stage 5 outruns, well, part 1 of the Stage 5 outruns, because, well, I'm a bit apprehensive over whether or not the other special event which we unlock from doing the Stage 5 outruns will stay on the map for long. And just to show you what I am doing this on, I am doing this on the easy difficulty, because, well, I am trying to do this on a timescale, and this is already my second attempt at recording this, because, well, my PC quite literally crashed at the worst possible time, right before I was done with it as well. Anyway, let's get through our first one. Here's how this race is going to work. I'm going to beat you real good, and then when you finally make it to the end, you wake me up from my nap so I can get paid. I'm sure I'll be plenty tired of waiting for you at the finish line. Deal? Deal. Originally, I was planning on starting this off in Jackson Heights, but after a few game resets, knowing that neither of the street cross races were available in the Jackson Heights area yet, I simply decided it would be a better choice for me to just head down into Beacon Hill. So to start with, we have a Toyota Supra, a Nissan 350Z, and a Nissan Sentra as our competition here in race number 1, as I already wrecked the 350Z early on. Not that that really matters to me, because I already managed to barge my way up into the lead. There is a certain way to work the spiral, and if you can manage to make it work well, then you can actually gain some time on your competition. But you can also lose some time if you don't keep a car like this under control whilst you're heading through the spiral turn. If I'm making sense. There is a certain way to master the spiral, but you have to know which groove to take in order to get through it. You also need to have plenty of experience with the course itself and knowing what it is you need to do. That's probably the best run I've had through that corner so far, through the spiral. That's probably the best amount of turnability I've had through the spiral so far. Not quite as good that time around, but still pretty solid. Anyways, 1 down, 9 to go. I know there is a total of 10 street cross races we have to get through, with the inclusion of the sponsored races. So Wes was second, Kostas came home third, and Stuart came home fourth. Those are the reward stats, and 1 race is down. So we still have 2 to go. Sorry, 1 race is down and we still have 9 to go. However, I think I'm gonna split this video up into 2 parts, because I do tend to be quite doubtful over whether or not the same occurrence won't reoccur, and I am pretty sure that it probably will. But I will make sure to get through the first 5 street cross races and then stop recording for that part of the video and then maybe record the other part of the video tomorrow or whenever. Anyway, let's head over to street cross race number 2. So our next one is down here by the body shop, and it comes from Spencer. It's the big cross coming at you strong. If you want to run your best, do it now. If you stay, you best step up and play. You best step up and play. Grab a hold of your biscuit and get in line. Spencer, I'm already in line. And I am ready to whoop your ass. Because that's what I do with these races on the easy difficulty, because they are just so fucking easy to dominate. Anyways, so we got a Pontiac GTO, a Mazda RX-8, and a Nissan Skyline as our competition here. So basically what happened was, I'd got through 9 of the 10 street cross races on my first attempt, and literally everything was going so very well. And then suddenly, at the last minute, right before doing the last race, my PC basically just decided, I'm tired, I'm pretty bored, I'm just gonna make your monitor crash now. And that's basically what happened. My monitor basically crashed right before I could finish this. And it is because of that I'm going to split up this video now into 2 separate files, because if I don't, then I fear the same thing could happen again. So what I'm going to do this time is, I will do the first 5 races on one video file, and then do the other 5 races on the other video file, as I'm trying to overlap the Pontiac, and it doesn't look like I'm going to get there. Or I only just get there, but either way it doesn't matter, because, well, overlapping doesn't count. Oh, it was Spencer who drove the GTO. The Mazda was second, and the Nissan came home third. Not bad. Also a 15.42 second victory to me over Dan. 2 street cross races down, and we still have 8 street cross races to go. I think the next one I'll consider doing might be the sponsored street cross, if neither of the 2 Jackson Heights events show up. Okay, one of them has showed up. But you know what I'm going to do first? I'm going to do the sponsored street cross, because it's closer. Let's go. Here it is. Number 3. It don't ever look like much, but be clear you disrespect the cross and it will get you fully bent. Just do what you know and roll her in first. The rest will follow. Carl, I'm really not sure if I should feel inspired by that or if I should just feign ignorance. It's really hard to tell if that's either considered to be a compliment or if it's considered to be an umbrage. I'd probably say it's a compliment, because, well, with the sponsored events, the AI do tend to show a little bit more respect with their SMS messages. So anyways, got a Golf GTI, a Corolla, and an Eclipse for Street Cross event number 3, and Carl is the guy who's running in the Corolla, which I must admit is a fine choice. I can also assure you the Corolla is a pretty good starter car as well, if you want my personal opinion. Well, from what I've heard at least, I've heard the Corolla is a good starter car. But anyway, let's see if we can roll the dice in full effect. I might also consider getting my replay here, because I can do that. Right, 3 laps down, and still 1 lap to go. 1 more lap to go. Will I manage to get it done? I certainly hope so. And I do. So Victor came home 2nd, Carl was 3rd, and it was Alex who came home 4th in the Mitsubishi Eclipse. I probably should have saved the game. Oh well. I might just get through the next 2 races in Jackson Heights, if both of those events are now available. Or I can just get through one of them and then do the other one afterwards if it becomes available. I'll think of something. But anyway, 3 events down, and we still have 7 events to go. So let's head up here for event number 4. And here it is. Street Cross Race number 4 from Borwin. Yo baller. You up for some... Yo baller. You up for some close quarter fast laning? It's BIG, and it's going down on a cross course in about 2 secs. I will say yes to whatever it is you say, Borwin. And hopefully I can fill out that wish. Plus, I also figured if I split this up into 2 halves, then, well, you won't have to see me driving down to the other ones as much. So I got a Supra, an Audi A3, and a Toyota Celica as our competition here in Street Cross event number 4 of stage 5. I've now officially done 2 normal street cross races and 1 sponsored street cross race. And hopefully by the time I am done with this, we should be through 4 of the normal Stage 5 street cross races. Or at least I'd like to hope that's the case. That was beautiful. Anyways, I am moving forwards. And there we go. 4 street cross events are now down. So Borwin came home second, Martin was third, and it was Lawrence who came home fourth. I might as well get the replay now. Would you say that's a good idea? I'd say that's a good idea now. Not to say that I'll get anything reasonable here, but I might be able to get something interesting. Actually no, change of plans. Actually no, change of plan. I will record the replay from the next event, which I figure is an easier option. Or at least, I think it's an easier option. Oh, I don't want to cross over into that golden ring yet, because that would be quite frustrating if I did. Because I'm not doing the special events just yet. Anyway, here's the other one, and it comes from Charles. You must be here for a reason, and that's to lose. Get ready to get bent by the street cross. A map will be fired your way. Try not to get run down. Charles, I think that's backwards. It is you who will be getting run down by this fired up map. Because I will be taking you down. Hopefully, anyway. Alright, so we have another Ford Mustang, also got a Pontiac GTO with a Peugeot, or Peugeot. I think it's pronounced Peugeot. It could be Peugeot. I might go with Peugeot. And a Peugeot 206. Fuck. But it's okay, because I am not concentrating too much at the moment. But it's okay, because I am running well out in front. Or at least I'm trying to. I'm also pretty sure once I'm done with this event, the only option I really have to make the rest of this game more exciting is basically for me to move this up to the medium difficulty, which is basically what I'll be doing for the Underground Racing League events. And that's a wall. So, I think I'm gonna cut this off once I'm done with this one, because we'll basically be halfway. And then I will get on with the other 5 races tomorrow. Because it's getting pretty late now, and also because, well, I've been awake since 6 AM. Okay. So, Leisha came home second in the Peugeot 206. Greg was third in the Ford Mustang GT, the second one. And it was Charles who came home fourth in the Pontiac. Let's get our replay now, because I can do that. Also, because I figure this is my best option now. Even then, if I'm not getting a lot of very good angles here. Yeah, I did a lot of wrecking with the walls early on in this, because I was just constantly kissing the concrete. And I wasn't really doing a good job of avoiding it. But it didn't matter because, well, I still managed to walk away with a stunning win. Okay. I think I'll record it up to the end of the next lap, and then I'd say that'll do it. Because I reckon that'll be enough regarding video footage. Even then, if the angles I'm getting of this thing aren't really that much to come by. Okay. I think that's enough now. So, I'm gonna save the game here, because I have now done 5 of the 10 street cross races in stage 5, and I've also got my replay footage to get what should hopefully be a decent-ish thumbnail. Or at least I would like to hope it's a decent-ish thumbnail. But anyway, 5 races down, and we still have 5 races to go. As I have 1, 2, 3 in the Bayview City Core, and another 2 in Cole Harbour. So I'm gonna end off part 1 of the video here, and then I will be getting on with part 2 tomorrow. So yeah, on to part number 2. We have now done 5 of the 10 street cross races we need to do here in stage 5. And now I'm down here in the Bayview City Core for race number 6, which by the way is another sponsored street cross. Bro, sponsors back winners. Winners sell products to kids. Winners get paid. We need to get paid, so go out there and win. Thank you, Dave. I think I got your message very clearly. And I can assure you, if it's possible, my winning will be able to sell all of these parts. And hopefully, since I've now corrected any issues I had, hopefully there won't be any more problems. Alright, so we got a Pontiac GTO, a Lancer Evo 8, and an Eclipse as our competition here for sponsored Street Cross number 2, as well as also being Street Cross race number 6 of the Stage 5 Street Cross events. I was trying to get the word out on all of that. But anyway. I'm actually doing pretty well right now, because I already have a 6-second lead. Although then again, that can be partly contributed to me playing through this on the easy difficulty, because I really don't want to struggle at this point in the game where I know it's just easier for me to work my way through these without having any problems. And then, once I'm done with this, I will be able to start challenging myself just a little bit more. But for now, I pretty much have to keep it on easy because, well, I have to make sure everything is running, because I have to make sure everything is running as it should. So Dave came home second, Marcel was third. I'm also pretty sure Marcel is the name of Ross's monkey from Friends, and Michelle came home fourth, once again in the Pontiac GTO. I think I know precisely which car not to use for the Street Cross events. So those are the rewards. 6 races have now been cleared, and that involves me doing 2 of the sponsored races. And now we just have 4 Street Cross events to go, with 2 of these being in the Bayview City core. And hopefully, since I've now corrected any problems I had before, hopefully the rest of this episode now will run as it should. So let's head over to event number 7. And then, once we are done with that, we will have just 3 events to go. I tried to reset the car, but the game just wouldn't allow it. I was basically forced into the uncontrollable spin. Well, I can definitely say this has the physics of a rear-wheel drive car, as it should. Anyway, here's our next one. And it comes from Philip. I've already seen the track map, and I can also assure you this track map is going to be my track map. Because up to this point, I've basically chewed up and spat out my opponents to the point of where they've literally just had no chance of besting me. So we get an Audi TT, a Ford Focus, and a Toyota Corolla as our competition for race number 7. Yep, we are definitely rubbing fenders at the moment. And what do you know? I got spun round. Although it doesn't matter because since this is on the easy difficulty, I easily work my way up to the lead, as I would have expected. And just like that, I'm now out in front. And now I just have to pull an absolute margin on my competition, which, believe it or not, is precisely what I am doing. So, we are now pulling away by a pretty hefty margin over the competition now. And it looks as though from here, like Philip has basically gotten no heat on me. Okay, everything's still running smoothly on my solid state drive, which by the way is how I record all of these videos. And I would expect it to be running smoothly because I literally removed all the video files that were on this thing before. Okay, final lap. And yep, I have a huge lead over Philip, in spite of my early race spin. It really wouldn't surprise me if the Lancer Evo, which I have in my garage, is better suited to the street cross races than the Mustang. Although then again, that's just a personal assumption. Anyways, I win. Once again, wiping the floor to my competition. So Philip came home second in the Corolla, James was third, and it was Chong who came home fourth. Alrighty. 7. Event Sedan. No wait, hold on. No, wait, I was right before. 7 Street Cross events are down. And we still have 3 to go. And then once we are done, we can then set our sights on finishing the outruns. And then once we're done with that, we will have some magazine covers and DVDs. Some magazine covers and DVD covers to get on. Okay, let's head down to race number 8. So glad I did not hit that taxi. And here it is. And it comes from Scott. Hey, guess what? Don't plan on being there. Because he said, planning on staying at the back of the pack. Hey Scott, guess what? I don't plan on being there. I plan on staying up front and whooping your ass, is what I plan on doing. So we got 2 Mazda RX-7s and 1 Infiniti G35. And it looks as though Oh, got the door shut on me for a moment there, but that's okay because I work up to the inside, and just like that, I am already out in the lead. And it looks as though from here, like, I am gonna once again blast away from my competition. Because the easy difficulty in this game is just so overpowered when it comes to a lot of these events. And keeping my car in third gear at the moment because, well, I want to make sure that my car is under control. And I already have a 10-second lead over Julie. David is third, and Scott is in fourth. I seem to get off that last corner really well. If you've noticed anything. So Julie is still in second, David is third, and Scott is in fourth. And there we go. 8 street cross events are now down. So Julie came home second, David was third, and Scott finished fourth in the second Mazda RX-7. Alrighty. That's all of our City Core street cross events now cleared. And all we have to do now is head down to Cole Harbour to get through our last 2 street cross events. Let's head down to Cole Harbour now for our last 2 street cross events, starting in Cole Harbour West. And yes, it does. And it comes from Rashid. Hey Rashid. Shut your mouth hole. I am very much of the automobile age. And if you have not seen me whooping your ass before, then you've clearly not been paying attention to why I am the ultimate street cross racer. Anyway, so we have a Hyundai, a Toyota, Celica, and a Miata as our competition here in the penultimate street cross race of stage 5. And I actually had a bit of a challenge there from the MX-5 for a brief moment there, but anyway. I head through on the inside, I'm now slotted in ahead of Wesley, and now I just have to make sure that I manage to pull off at least a 5-second gap. Which might be harder than it looks in this one, because I'm not gonna lie, Wesley has been keeping me honest here. He has been keeping me on a hook up to this stage. And I think it might be possible for him to stay within 5 seconds of where I'm at. Guess I don't always have to be perfect in terms of my average rep scores. But of course, it's always a nice feeling to have when you need it most. And that's a wall. Well, anyway. We'll just have to let fate decide. If I do get 300, I do get 300. If I don't get 300, then I don't. We'll wait and see. Still, that was pretty intense for the... Yeah, I've definitely got it now. Yep, 6.7 seconds over Wesley. Rob was third, and Rashid in his horseless carriage came home fourth, 11 seconds behind me. Well, basically 11.5 seconds behind me. Anyway, 300 rep, 2000 bank, and another SMS messenger who I can confidently tell to get fucked. And now, providing nothing else goes wrong at this point, we should be able to get on with the final street cross race of the career mode. And no more have popped up on the map, so I'm pretty sure this is the last one. So let's head down there. And here it is. The final street cross race of Stage 5. And what do you know, it's another sponsored street cross race. And the organiser is Arnell. Hey yo Trip, it's the Big Daddy Street Cross coming at ya. Kick it into the top spot, and the shirt tucks will dig it. A deal will be sure to follow from them. Arnell, I will gladly accept your offer. I also know there is a few more outruns for me to get through once I am done here. I should also mention, with the other outruns we have to do, if we do enough of those, we will unlock another special event that will give us a wide body kit. So we have an Audi TT, a Mitsubishi 3000 GT, and oh fuck me, and a Mazda RX-8 as our competition here in the last street cross race of Stage 5, as already 2 of my opponents have crashed early. Both Arnell and Barbara have basically lost a ton of time already early on. And so, it looks as though I'm gonna go out and basically thwart my competition once again. Because that's basically what I've been doing a lot of. I've also done my fair share of crashing, but mainly what I've been doing is just quite simply thwarting my competition. A lot like how the Chicago Bears thwarted the New England Patriots in Super Bowl 20. I think that was also the only time the Chicago Bears won the Super Bowl. As far as I could tell, it was also their best season. The season, by the way, I'm referring to is 1985, where the Chicago Bears basically just thwarted the New England Patriots in Super Bowl 20. Anyway, so 13 seconds over Henry, Barbara came home third in the Audi TT, and it was Arnell who came home fourth in the Mitsubishi 3000 GT. 3 grand, 300 rep, and that should be the last one, as far as I'm concerned. And I did record a replay yesterday because I can seem to remember it. I will have to check these things on playback to be sure, but I'm pretty sure there is evidence of me recording a replay. And I'll basically be using that as my thumbnail, as I always do so often. Also, that took me a bit less time to work through than I thought it was going to. Only 23 minutes is how long it took me to get through those other 5 on this video file. Anyways, we are now 81% complete with the game, after I did the other 5 races, which means all we have left in terms of racing events to get through are the URL events, as well as the finale event, which by the way is a circuit race. So, next time on Need for Speed Underground 2, we will be finishing the Stage 5 outruns, and then after that, we have got some special events to work through. So, yeah, let's now get the outruns done.
No one get by, I need speed when I'm racing that strip. I got the bull in the chip, your car like something to strip. Throw up the key, the hoopty whips to the squatters. Whoever putting up dollars, holler, we see them car.